back. Wednesday Night Fights live again. Special edition Tank Talk Live, what we got going on now. Gonna be having guests come in and out through the evening. Kind of have an important topic to talk about tonight. A lot of new stuff on board, but for my first guest here tonight, good friend of mine, Reform Tanker. How you doing there, sir? Alrighty. Let me make sure that your audio is going through on everything here. Go ahead and do an audio check for me. I haven't had time to. I've been out on. Interesting. Not going through. We may have to swap this over to Xbox. Alright, let me do that here. So we got kind of important stuff that we got going on tonight. There's your invite, sir. Alright. Alright, they're doing audio check there, Tanker.
Alright, testing.
Yep, gotcha. Alright, let me exit out of this one. Alrighty. So,
all good to go.
There we go. Yep, good to go. Awesome. Alright. So what we got going on tonight, ladies and gentlemen, what we have going on. We're going to talk about this boycott. For a lot of people I know, they've been looking at it through the forums, through Discord, through every means, YouTube. I know that there's quite of a buzz about this. A lot of people supporting it. Wednesday Night Fight staff, I'm gonna come straight out right now. Wednesday Night Fight staff is supporting this boycott. Wednesday Night Fights is about the community. So I want to do a public statement right now, really quick there, Taker. For as it is, for what it stands for, Wednesday Night Fight stands for the community. We do have a lot of this for the comp community, but also the community in a whole. So if people have questions or comments, you're more than welcome to message me. And if you have any questions on how everything, what's actually going on with this, I will send you the proper channels to talk to the proper people. And this is why I have Reform Tanker on. Tanker, if you want to go ahead and start discussing what this is about, what June 30th is about.
So the boycott is mainly just to send a message to Wargaming saying that we really don't like the idea of the patch kits, which are basically these kits which regenerate your health, 20% of your health over 30 seconds. That'll really change the dynamic of the gameplay. We really don't want it, and we're just trying to, tell Wargaming, listen up, please listen to your community. We really do not want this in our game.
Okay. So what we got, what this is so for everybody that is watching and will be watching this on the archives, I'm gonna pull up some web pages, and we're gonna do some information facts on this. So, Tanker, do you want to go through and explain exactly to our viewers what these patch kits are and what they exactly bring to the table, per se, that's making everybody go up in a fuss?
Yep. So basically, yeah, as I said before, patch kits they regenerate 20% of your maximum HP. So for example, if you're in a mouse, you'd regenerate 600 health, and that's over the course of 30 seconds. And basically, what this does to impact gameplay is it's it especially tanks with low ammo counts, especially with guns like 230 alpha guns, medium tanks, trying to kill 3,000 hit point heavy tanks at tier 10, they have to shoot them an extra, 3 or 4 times, and it really just changes the dynamic of the gameplay and also makes some tanks way better than others, and it's kind of forcing people to pay to win, and whoever doesn't pay for the extra health kind of misses out on, that kind of 20% advantage.
All right. So, and to make sure everything that is straight across the board. All right. This is not a boycott to go against wargaming and what they do. This is not a boycott to go against. People are wondering, they're getting this mixed up. I know I've had some people ask, um, is this about all the premium tanks that are getting bundled up and
Mm,
costing so much? No, this has
that's been a
no.
while, a problem for a while now.
Yeah, that's been a problem in its own right. This is its own reason.
Yeah.
There, the, I don't want people to get this muddled, thinking that uh, this boycott's about all of wargaming and the whole Smash. It's not. This is just to point out that these patch kits are not a good idea. And so,
Yeah, and
go ahead.
you go ahead.
You know, you got the floor, Tinker. You're the guest on Tank Talk Live.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, with the boycott, um, it's not really a small group of people either. There's heaps and heaps of people that are supporting this, and we really do want to show our, dedication. We're trying to be civil about this, to show, because obviously, if we're being rude, telling wargaming to, X this, X that, they're not really going to listen to us. So we're just trying to, approach them in a nice manner, so to say, and give them our feedback, and hopefully they'll listen to us.
Okay. So what we do, Justin Ace has been a huge part in this. I know across the
Yep.
board, there's been um, a lot of help that's came along for this. Hold on here. I'm sorry about this, guys. I was been out on the highway. I've been gone on vacation, so I apologize to all the Wednesday Night Fight viewers who didn't come out. Um, I drove overnight so I could make sure I could stream tonight. I don't have everything fully set up, so we will. I have. I'm gonna play a video here in a little bit of Justin Ace's new video that he just released. I'm gonna run that on here live. I encourage everybody that is watching right now. If you want to join in on this, if you want to talk about this boycott, what it means, what needs to be done, if you support it, if you don't support it, a good friend of mine, he's actually been very avid on the forums saying it doesn't matter, um, but it does. It's each person has their own perspective in this thing, but um, you got to look at the over. I think this is pretty much the overall picture that we want to look at here is the overall picture of what this brings to the board. So, if anybody wants to hit me up, does want to get up on this discussion, the Discord's being a little funky on my end, so send me a friend request. Hell's Cat Death. I will get you up here. Um, join in on this discussion, and we will answer any questions. If you have questions, we can get it taken care of also. So that's why me and Tanker are here. It's a special edition Tank Talk Live. Um, any questions asked, I'll answer them here. Von Witz, I cranked up my personal volume. Um, Justin Ace Videos is coming up here just momentarily. Oh, there we go. I have another guy that's a big supporter in this right now. Good friend of mine. His name is Tom. And there we go. I threw him an invite to have him come on in here, Tanker. Maybe. And then also, I mean, he's behind the scenes, some other parts with wargaming and stuff like that. And I know he was part of.
Oh, so he's an insider, kind of?
Yes.
Okay.
But he is a supporter of this boycott. We get Tom in here. See, I do apologize. Everything does seem a little hodgepodge, but it's trying to get everything. I do apologize. It seems unorganized. We will be talking about this boycott all the way up until the date. So, Tanker, what are your personal feelings on
Yep.
on this situation?
For me personally, I obviously am against it. I will be boycotting the 30th weekend, or June the 30th, the weekend. Um, it's not really water tanks. It's becoming like, I know it's not meant to be a simulator of World War II, you know, or the history tanks in general. But lately it just seems to be getting a bit too cartoonish or like kid friendly in a way. You know, we've got all these Japanese fake uh, tanks off animes, and we've got, you know, shells like if your Death Star hit you, you can't magically patch it up. You know, it doesn't work like that. So it just seems a bit too silly to me. It's just a bit too unrealistic.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, and that's. I know a lot of people that is the one of the discussions. If you want realism, go over to War Thunder, but War Thunder is not offered on Xbox
Mm.
One.
If Yeah, like if I had a good enough PC, man, I'd love to play War Thunder.
And then, so yeah, it's. Give me 2 seconds. For some reason, my I don't know why my Discord chat decided. Oh, do you have the times and dates on the release? I know I have that video coming up. There will be a meeting that will be going on with the WCL crew, all the staff, um, and it will be.
That's
Go ahead, sir.
this Saturday, isn't it? Um, yeah, I'm just trying to. I know exactly what you're talking about. Just trying to find a date for you. I know it's Saturday in the night time. But yeah, the WCL staff and you know, such like that, they'll be going over it. That should be fun. Get their opinions on that, and also how it impacts competitive play if it does permanently come to console.
Yeah, it's going to be. Um,
Oh, we have Tom.
yep, there is Tom coming in. That's one of the people I was waiting on here. Welcome in there.
How's it going, guys?
Yep, welcome there, Tom. How you doing there, sir?
Doing good as always.
To everybody that's here watching the stream right now, this is Tom Ace. Um, I'll let you introduce yourself, Tom, and then I'll get your question, your comments about the boycott coming in here soon. Go ahead, sir.
Oh, well, I'm a nobody. You don't really want to hear about me. But yeah, definitely love to hear everyone's opinions on what's going on with these kits and really what this means for the future of our game and whether or not there is one, really.
Yes. I know you had some information that I know that you had that some of your how can I put this percentages and stuff like that that shows over the course. I know that you had some thoughts about that. Let's see here.
Well, you were coming in a little bit broken there. I think you were talking about some information that was posted on the console Reddit thread.
Yes.
That's information that's out there for everyone. If anyone isn't currently if anyone is a Reddit user and isn't currently following the World of Tanks console thread, I highly recommend that you immediately head over there. There's really good community, really good information over there. I would wager to say a little bit even friendlier than the forums at times. But yeah, we've definitely seen some information being dispersed on the Reddit thread. Had a gentleman over there that's pulling some stats directly from the World Tanks API. I mean, this is raw data straight from the tank servers, and it's really not too friendly looking. Seeing a lot of trends towards the general decrease in size of the player base as far as active tankers. We've been apparently in the negative for new tankers versus active tankers since the third quarter of last year, and no real signs of that changing, especially with the direction that wargaming is going. So, hoping to see a lot more of that data being spread out here soon. I know it's very much in the raw form.
Yeah.
But it's really important that we as a community have a transparent view at what the state of our game is.
Very, very true. Got that video source here already for Justin Ace. So yeah, thank you. Yeah, that everybody definitely go check out that data there on the Reddit. It is kind of. This is why we kind of put on Wednesday Night Fights for the community, try to get that community support. I don't want to lose that community support from World of Tanks and everything that's going on here. A lot of the professional tankers. Reform Tanker, I know you're one of the one in the top 100. Justin Ace, he's in the top 100. I mean, a lot of the guys that everybody is saying, well, this is for the unis. This is for the unis. What about the average Joe? That doesn't. This gives them that extra chance, and everything. So I don't believe this is just for the unis.
No, definitely not.
Come flat out. This is not.
This is for all players.
Yeah. Yes, they're going to be used by the new guys. Yes, they're not going to really know how to use them. Yes, it's for the kids want to have fun with them, and stuff like that. That's been a lot of people's problems. A lot of things that have been brought up was, well, for every average Joe player that get hit by a TD or an artillery right at the first start of the game, this at least gets them some sort of reprisal. But yet again, everybody needs to look at it like this. Okay, so what? You lose half your life from a TD and RD. It happens. It just happens.
But the
Now,
thing is,
go ahead, sir.
is that should it be Wargaming's job to fix their mistakes, or is it their mistakes for getting hit in the first place?
Exactly, and that's the thing. Yes, for unexperienced tankers, it will help. But yet again, how many of those tankers?
Hey, Hells, you don't.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, I hope you don't mind me in your party. So.
Oh no, go ahead.
Didn't know if this was a private thing or not. So.
The Tank Talk Live.
Okay.
So what we got going on is, so I know how I'm trying to come across this in a very professional manner, but if say player A, okay, does not know how to side scrape, does not know how to go, they just play this for fun, they run out there and they just die. Everybody yells about the greenies that just run out there and then just die. So, yes, this gives them a little help, but yet again, wouldn't this throw off raw numbers? I mean, how are you going to use something like this? I know they use raw numbers to keep tanks in check, to tone down tanks, to turn up tanks. But how could you get the good raw data from if you just keep regenerating health and say that a chieftain per se, it has a huge ammo cache supply, and even a mediocre tanker goes against a mouse, and the mouse driver is driven by a potato. For any newbody watching, potato would be someone that's just not experienced, someone that's just a wallet warrior their way on up. So now you just in this scenario, you have I'm not saying a uni. This is an experienced tanker. In a chieftain now, he's just going to keep wrecking them. I mean, the mouse is broken. I mean, it's broken. It's broken. Everybody knows it's broken until he gets the patch kit. It's broken.
Yeah.
So now you're given this opportunity for this chieftain driver to throw up 3,600 damage, which what damage standing in a chieftain is 30.
Quite high.
Yeah, it's 3,500 just to get. I think it's standard. Let's see here. But which way, for this going down, so now your chieftain's gonna start looking like it's a monster. I mean, in this scenario, so you're gonna have multiple people running, say, X tank, and now it's gonna become a monster because these people are gonna be running these Mazes, the Type 5 heavy, high HPs. I mean, heck, even the 215, FE 215.
Well, and think about how much this will change autoloader gameplay.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you're a bat chat, you're SOL. I mean, and for all the new viewers watching this, you would be literally SOL. You have a set amount of set ammo in this. So
I have a question for you, Hells.
Go
If
ahead,
they
go
can
ahead.
keep reusing ammo or reusing health and regen health, that means they don't have to learn to side scrape. They don't have to learn to use the tank properly. They can just go out there and bomb it around, come back around, regen health, and do it again. It busts the learning curve of more trying to actually learn how to play a tank.
It kind of supports bad gameplay.
Yes,
Yes,
that's
exactly.
I wanted to say in a professional manner. It supports broken gameplay.
Hells, I sent you the link for that Reddit page so that everyone has the opportunity to go and look at that data for themselves. You could post that in the Twitch chat.
All right. You guys go over here. and
Some
Twitch
other
chat.
bad things, or
Go ahead.
yeah,
Go
so,
ahead,
some
take
other
your
bad
let-
things.
let us-
Yeah, that I was thinking of is imagine a Centurion 1 in a tier 10 lobby, and you know it's got 230, 240 alpha. I'm not really sure. Imagine going against a mouse and needing to hit it.
Well, 20% of a mouse is what, 400 hit points?
6.
600 hit points? That's a lot of
Yeah.
hit points to regen compared to, say, a bat chat.
Yeah,
it's
and
what?
it also goes for low ammo counts. Like, yeah, imagine a bad chat trying to, you know, do an extra 10 hits worth of damage because everyone's regenning health when it only carries so limited amount.
Yeah.
Well, and to add on to what you're saying there, I mean, this is completely disproportionate in favor of higher tiers. So if you're in a higher tier tank and you're able to hit that button to all of a sudden get back that 20% of your health, it's going to take that lower tier tank, 2 or 3 shots just to negate that one health kit. Versus if they use it, you can probably negate that kit in one hit. So it's completely disproportionate.
Yeah,
I
there
think the
was
only people complaining about it are
a
the
graph
bad
for it.
players.
Oh, hey, Unlucky.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, I mean, and this is what we need. I mean, and all right, so there's the link to the thread. Here's the link to Justin Ace's video. That is his video link to about the boycott there from June 30th to July 2nd. Please watch that video. Give it some likes. Share it. Put it up on Twitter. Put it up on Instagram. Okay, there's not really a huge World of Tanks following on Instagram. But I know the Facebook and Twitter and all across that, Wargaming uses that. So if that gets spammed out there, it's out there more. We need everybody to come together on this. I mean, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you too. Anarchy Tanker, everybody welcome Anarchy, TBG Anarchy.
Welcome him.
Welcome him.
Pray to him as if he was your god.
Praise him.
Does TBG stand for the beard guys?
Yeah, we've been over this. Of course it does. What else would it stand for?
I don't know.
I should just change it to better than reformed tanker, but I'm not that creative.
If anybody else would like to join in on this discussion, hit me up on right now. I'm doing it live. If you want to join in, talk about this, give your your opinions. This is being recorded. This will be thrown up back all over the web. This talk is going to be heard by a lot of people.
So what's everybody's problems with patch kits? Why don't people like them?
Tanker, you
I
want to
think
go
the
ahead?
basis consensus that is that this
Top.
is going to further the divide between your new and your veteran players. Players are already quitting before the average new player is already quitting around tier 5. Now you're going to put this kit in the hands of a 5-4 player and enable them to carry that much further and do that much more damage in these lower tier matches. And I mean, yes, obviously, in upper tier matches are going to be affected as well, but we're seeing a very small growth in new players, and that's shrinking. And this is just going to make it that much harder for a new player to get into the game and actually enjoy it.
Yeah, well, wouldn't it make it better, like, if you're taking, like, you're trying to, let's say you get to your first spot, you're trying to cross, you take, like, a hit. Wouldn't it be nice to, like, be able to cancel that hit out if you take dumb damage early? Like, I feel like it'll help new players more because they'll be able to cancel early damage that they take.
But you're the dumb person for taking that damage.
Yeah, no, we were playing earlier today, Tanker, and you got dirt by a T-49 for, like, 300 health, and you even said it would have been nice if that didn't happen. Like, hey, you could have fixed it with a patch kit, no problem.
Oh yeah,
But
as
also,
a joke. Thank you very much.
Anarchy, if you're being honest with yourself, how hard
I'm
is
not.
it
I'm
gonna be
completely
for you to
joking.
do?
I thought that
No,
was
no, I'm
obvious.
just
Sorry.
no, I'm just saying, even if a new player does that, how hard for us experienced players is it going to be to, to do that damage again, to negate that health kit? It's not going to be that much of an effort. There are reloads, and that's true, but it's going to be a lot easier for us to negate that health kit than it is for them. If the problem isn't.
I should have kept that up. I should have just kept like advocating for them for a while. That would have been a lot more fun.
Also, let's play that devil's advocate here.
I should have just rebutted all your arguments.
Kind of hard hearing these guys over the music. But this is Ace's video. This is the one I promised here. Take out the time, watch the video, pass that link on. Just give me just a few moments here in the chat.
Thank you. Did you ever end up getting those 3 marks on the E5?
I haven't played it.
Oh, I thought you were playing solo after your internet cut out.
I ended up popping off.
I don't blame you. I played like
So it
2 more
didn't-
games in the 268, then I was done. Well,
It turned out that no one turned it off. It was actually it just randomly disconnected, and I had to hard reset it.
oh, that sucks. We could have kept playing.
Yeah.
Makes me so sad.
Well, at least I got that extra sleep that I needed.
Oh, did you end up taking a nap?
Yeah, I ended up sleeping from 3 until 7, so I should be
Oh.
awake all of today.
That's good. Sleep is important.
For some.
Yeah. Like I said, you can just smoke crack and then I don't sleep.
Interesting.
Check out the data that's all coming across. The board coming across the board, I know a lot of the plans that did decide that have differences are coming together on this. They're going to be plan listings right now.
What clans even have differences? Like, why bother arguing?
T and G's,
You know?
never know.
No, I don't think so.
They've always had beef.
I don't buy it. I think it's fake news.
This is Fox News. Oh my god. I just saw a mouse. What?
And another point that I think that is pretty important to address is the pay-to-win aspect of this, because a lot of people are making the argument that because you...
They probably won't be able to hear you guys. Hold on 1 second. This video is almost over. Go to just the community aspect of it. 1 second.
Anarchy.
Yo.
There we go.
There's a
There
mouse
the-
running around my bed.
There's the information. On,
Wait, what?
Header and QBDL.
Just load heat, you'll be fine.
I thought you had
Yeah,
those
that's-
spiders though. Like I thought you said you kept those spiders in your room just specifically to pick
Yeah,
stuff
but
like that up.
spiders don't kill mouses.
Big enough ones, dude. You just need to up your spider game, I think.
You need to get premium spiders.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's it. Pay to win.
Do you have a cat by chance?
No,
you
I
guys have
don't.
a barn cat? Oh, you should
We
get
got
one.
3 dogs, and they're scared of mouses, so...
When I used to clean my garage out when they had mouses, I would purposely crack the garage door and put my dog in there, and he'd chase them as they tried to run away when I was moving stuff. You got a huge kick out of it.
All right, guys, I'll be running that video yet again here later on this evening. This is Tank Talks Live, Hell's Cat Death, Reform Tanker, TBG Anarchy, and my good friend Tom. How you guys doing? You guys having some fun, enjoying this at least?
I'm
Yeah.
just excited for patch kits.
Oh, Anarchy, don't be like that right now.
I think they're a great idea.
So
Yeah. Needs more premium, Marty.
I'm gonna drop the bomb right here. So what's gonna go? With all the supporters and everything else like that, everybody goes, well, why are these having? What does it matter to me if I'm not part of 7F or KMD or NFTG or Law of 8 or any of these big super clans? Why can I? Why should I use the not use these? Just because these
Well,
big
like-
guys are.
oh, sorry.
Nope. Oh no, it's no problem. It's one of those.
I've made this. Oh,
Go
sorry.
ahead
I'm gonna keep doing that.
Yeah, yeah. Just give me just a
Clown
moment.
Fiesta.
So these people are going to be asking why shouldn't I? This should help me against those guys. This should help me. And here's the thing, they're public. Okay, there is a skill set. There is a huge bar, and I mean I want to try to keep this professional as possible. There's a difference between a person who plays the game every other week, every other, maybe every other day, just to have fun. Now, a lot of people say they like that aspect of, hey, I can gain back my health. That's a Call of Duty mentality. World of Tanks was never intended to ever be like Call of Duty. From everything I've ever read, everything I've ever seen, everything that's been across the board, this was not going to be a Call of Duty type game. That's what I know. That's what drawed me to it. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, I liked the historical figure behind it.
Exactly.
Chad.
And so, it's
Sorry, Anarchy's dog
It's
cracks me up.
Yeah, people are like, good time to
Ugh.
walk out in front of his house and make noise. He'll like it.
So I mean, coming down to the point of this, what this means is, okay, you got to look at it from your standpoint, the every Joe player. Okay, don't listen to us. Don't listen to the other portion of the community that does the comps and takes this game on full on seriously, and just look at it into a standpoint like this. If you joined World of Tanks because you didn't want to have that Call of Duty mentality, you didn't want to have this itch. It's one of those, you go into a battle and you're in a certain tank, and that certain tank only has 28 rounds. So now you go into, say you enjoyed having your bat chat all the way up to this, or even a Skoda. Skoda's kind of limited on ammo. Any of those autoloaders. Let's even go the 12T, the 1375, and the AMX 1390, the AMX 5100. I'm talking autoloaders in general. They don't carry a real big buttload of ammo. So here for the average Joes, you got to look at this. If you're in a tier 9 and you're having fun with your bat chat AP, and you get into a tier 10 game, happens a lot. Hypothetical scenario. So you get into a tier 10 game, and you roll into a lobby that has a platoon of 5 Mouses. Okay? And those people just think are going to be the only ones. No, oh no. Oh no. So you join into this lobby. There's a platoon of 5 Mouses and another platoon of mix between Type 5 heavies and Mouses. And everybody's running these super high HPs tanks. This essentially makes you as a batch hat driver, you're gonna have a monster game if you pin all your shots, but you're gonna run out of ammo before the game's ever over. Am I wrong?
No, even like the
Bad idea?
T10 has that huge problem. Like it only gets 25 shells. So does the IS-4 and the IS-7. Like you really can't do a lot of damage with those tanks. There comes a point where you can only do so much.
Yeah, and so I mean, if people think that hey, this is gonna be a localized event, no, people aren't dumb. They're gonna exploit this to the very end. A good friend of mine, I'm gonna leave you nameless, but you've been on the forum saying, well, what about the low tiers? What about the low tiers? I don't care about the low tiers. If you want to tier restrict this, that's Wargaming's thing. You start messing with the 8s, 9s, and 10s, that's where it starts getting funky on my end. That's why Wednesday Night Fight supports this. We support our comp community. We are a rare breed in this game, and I want to see it continue. I want to see success. Tanker, it's been thrown up here. People are like, well, why don't we just get rid so they're not allowed in comp games? What's your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, well,
Wargaming won't let it.
just imagine.
If it's in the game,
Yeah,
you have
Wargaming. Yeah,
to.
exactly.
They won't give prizes if you limit game mechanics. That's why the last WCL wasn't tier 10, because you can't limit tanks. So if they put them in, they're in comp. Sorry.
Like, yeah, that's just Wargaming owning us basically and not giving us any freedom.
Right.
So there's one aspect of it. If they did put a tier restriction, I'm sorry, like Tom said. I also enjoy my PZ54.
Wow, filthy stat patter.
Well, hey, I haven't played my PZ54 since I did the ultimate boo-boo. I'm not gonna lie, I'm an idiot. I was going down the E50 line.
Jeez.
I raged on the Panther 2, and I went to a tank that looked like the Panther 2, and I went bloop bloop, and I just realized that I sold my PZ54.
Oh, feels bad.
Oh.
Yeah. So, no, idiot on my end. I'm a moron. You guys can make.
It's not worth submitting a ticket over.
I mean, I'm gonna get back all my. Once the outcome of the WCL, that's probably gonna be one of the tanks that I'll get back.
Yeah. Just because you already have the ticket open.
Because then I can be like, all right, well, it's one of those. I can't. It's. I'm one of those crazy guys that goes. I keep the bare minimum tanks. IS-3. Well, okay. We are going to talk about that here later on in Tank Talk Live. We still got. This is a special edition. We're going 2 hours with this to talk about this boycott. So I want supporters and I want cons. If you don't like what we're saying about this and you want to come in here and argue your point, get in here. Come in here.
You'll win. Spoiler alert.
Hit me up. Hell's Cat Death. Hit up Reform Tanker. Hit up TBG Anarchy.
Please don't talk to me.
We will gladly bring you in here, and you can discuss what's your feelings on this situation. I mean, this isn't going to be a one-way street here. I mean, there's people out there that have to not just. They're like, yeah, we're going to follow it. And.
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't like the idea of them. I think if it's been touched on, I'm sure it has. The skill gap between players will be way worse. Because, I mean, if you think it's annoying when you get a platoon of people that are good at the game, wait until they can heal their health, And if they're playing tanks that don't have a problem doing the damage anyway. Like,
E5.
man. Yeah, like a tank like
Go, guys.
the 57 heavy,
Perfect.
where you trade a shot of damage, you go and put a clip. Imagine them being able to just take more damage and do that to you. You know, like that's how you play it.
Yeah.
Is you take their shot and then you put 4 into them in return. Imagine that thing being able to take a whole nother shot. Like, there's no way you can compete with that, especially because it can kill any tank really in 2 clips.
Well,
And all it needs to do is take
yeah,
2 shots for that.
a point I wanted to make was one of my mates, Isaiah. He pointed out that if he was in a Centurion Action 10, he had no patch kit, and then there was a T57 Heavy who was a 1 hit for him. But then the T57 Heavy, used his patch kit and then auto-loaded him to death because now the Centurion Centurion Action 10 can't 1 hit him. So in that aspect, it's kind of pay to win.
Oh, yeah. I
It
think
went from 1 hit to 4 or 5.
Well, the pay-to-win aspect is something that I really wanted to address because I started to touch on this earlier, but a lot of people are saying that it's not pay-to-win because, well, it's just silver and anyone can get silver.
Well, they're
But the
giving it away
problem
for
with
free on the
that
weekend at
ideology,
the moment.
right, and that's true. But if this was to come to pubs, even though they're saying it will never come to pubs or it's not being tested for pubs and they're lying out of their asses, but aside from that, there's no way you're going to be able to consistently make a good profit as an average. I'm talking as an average player. You're not going to be able to consistently make silver while using these kits, and you will have to use these kits to be competitive in pubs. And because of that, you're going to have premium time in order to turn that profit. Without it, you will lose silver hand over fist, and you'll either have to buy premium tanks or buy premium time to make silver, because your regular tanks will no longer be profitable.
I never realized how hard it was to make silver without a premium account. Like, I played on a friend's account that didn't have premium time, and I played a couple of his 10s just for the beams, and I literally was having good games, wasn't running food, wasn't shooting prem, and was losing silver. Like, it's ridiculously hard. And on my account, I make silver at 10 all the time, even running food on all of them. They really do screw you. But yeah, patch kits are just even worse with that. I don't really care about the silver stuff. I really just care about the long-term implications. Like, players that aren't good at the game shouldn't want them because they're just going to get spanked even harder. And all the good players should understand that even if you don't disagree with patch kits, you have to disagree with what they're doing when they're making such overreaching changes. Because, you give them an inch, they're going to take a mile. And who knows what they'll add in next. That's why I think so many clans are stepping up. And even though it's a lot of the good players that are agreeing with it that would benefit from it by being able to have much bigger games, I think a lot of people are able to see past that and understand that it can't happen. Which is good to see.
And another thing that I think needs to come out is why they're testing this, because they've been saying that, we need more data, we need more data. What exactly do they need data for? Because they know these kits work. These kits were put to the test in our super test session. We know they work. They've used health regen, events in the past in the toy tanks mode. And I believe during the holiday event there was another health regen aspect of the game that went on with some sort of a special event there. So they know these kits work. There's no functionality testing going on here. This is a fit test. They're seeing how this fits in the game. But at the same time, they're telling us that we're not testing this for pubs. Well, then why?
Yeah,
why
exactly.
What's the point,
why are you
what
putting it
is
in
the
public
data?
matches?
If this is never going to go into pub matches, they're not getting any sort of useful data. So what are they testing for?
Things like that, I'd like to see them do what PC did and make like a sandbox server, even if you only gave access to like small amounts of people. If you want to try out really weird changes, do it in a way that doesn't affect everybody and get your data that way. Because that's where like the artillery changes on PC first came into effect with sandbox. Like if you're gonna do really weird stuff, I'd like to see them done on a not main like public server.
I'll throw out some more stuff here. You guys, all the data. If you guys want to look at this data that is going on, that we do keep talking about. This is from the Reddit site for you guys. There we go. I know our viewers have been jumping up and down. We had some good responses so far from everybody. Thank you for the questions. I know we did have one. Why World of Tanks would put this in? Well, it's one of those. It's all about tests. Even if you use it once, okay. Even if you use this patch kit one time, it's a success to them. Because it goes into the algorithm that you have used it, and that's another notch. So, even if you like, well, I just want to try it once. It's a success. To put that out there, it's going to be a success, even if you try it once, because your account is logged that you've used a patch kit. So we need to stress that. And then the more that you use it, I don't know how else we can spread the word like this. Yet again, there is that meeting that will be happening. Everybody is invited. I will play that clip again of what Justin Ace did compile. Go to the forum.
I think what you were trying to say before is that if someone uses it, that gives them a wargaming implication that people want this, and they'll continue doing it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is literally, this is in our hands. This is something that gives the player, everyday Joe, us, the comp players, everybody. I mean, we are a small community. Out of the hundreds of thousands of players that do play this game, the comp community is just a small snidbit. Not enough to keep wargaming rich. This is a wargaming sponsored show, and I'm running the risk here of them getting mad at me and not giving me my MVP codes for all my players for this. But I'm going to come out and say it, wargaming, this is not cool. You just can't do it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the bottom tiers will have the disadvantage. You guys are just going to lose out on silver. Go ahead and keep talking, guys. I'm going to get some more data compiled for everybody and post every bit of data that we can of this and about this onto the Twitch, and then also up onto our Twitter.
Alright.
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, there's a notification that Pain God is putting up.
I'm reading that now. An ASA server.
We should probably link this, or put this to you, Hellcat.
Okay, he's running over
There
there.
you are.
GG, well played, boys. That's really funny.
I'm not disappointed.
I know. Yeah, they canceled the patch kits. That's pretty sweet.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we get a link to
Bingo
that?
just said it. Yeah. They just did an ASA server.
Wednesday night fights.
All right. Yep. See it.
Yeah, and Tanker just put it there. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. That's pretty cool.
All right.
Well,
Well,
So, what else do you guys want to talk about?
Wow, that
Well,
kind of just brought everything to a screeching halt, didn't it?
Well, I don't.
They saw the
I don't
stream
think-
too. They were like, "Okay, we're done."
well, I mean, like, it's not really even a useless stream. We gave them examples of why we thought it was bad.
I mean, I
But I'm
know-
just really happy that they listened.
Yeah. Wow. So
Yes,
there it is, guys. So patch kits have been canceled. That is
Just to read this quote. Says good thing about announcing tests early, however mismessaged it was. It allows for feedback on possible issues as well as player sentiment. The concern about medals of excellence and ace tanker medals, etc., were quite valid and not easy to account for with patch kit testing. So thanks for the feedback and all the rest. Since the original point of our test was to try out something new and have fun, those reasons enough were enough to cancel it. No fun equals no test. Thanks again, tankers.
Yeah, the thanks again, tankers was an afterthought. He doesn't really thank you.
No, go learn how to use Excel, bud.
Well,
there it
that's
is.
good. I'm glad that happened. Realize the timing, like how funny that is that we're all doing the stream as they cancel it. Like, that's honestly hilarious.
Well, we should point out other things that Wargaming could work on, seeing as we are trying to help them out at the moment.
Remove the waffle. Remove the Lorraine.
Well, yeah, but let's not talk about this. Because, you know, that's just going to get blocked off as soon as we talk about that.
Other variants, yeah.
Hmm.
Pretty much just fix everything.
Actually, no, I
like,
did
whenever
read
they get a chance.
a reply from, I think it was Pangod, on the forums where he did take into consideration that some weather variants could be put less on the map rotation.
I think they should have really low weight, and I don't think like Ghost Town Thunderstorm. If there's weather variants, I'd rather it be like Ghost Town Thunderstorm or Himmelsdorf Blizzard. Like honestly, Thiepvale Ridge in like Campenberg
That's
so bad because it's literally just like one light tank goes balls out in spots, and then you get hit by the entire team unspotted. I think like the city maps aren't a big deal, but any of the open maps shouldn't be weather variants. Like that's just a terrible idea.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, I mean.
But yeah, I mean I'm fine with Ghost Town and Himmelsdorf, much as it pains me to say.
This is crazy. Knowing, I mean. So. Congratulations are out to Ace. To all the people who.
Ace wasn't the one that came up with the idea, but he's the one who's like the driving factor behind it. So yes, good for him.
Yeah, I mean he didn't come up with the idea, but I mean he put a lot of time into this, and I mean putting up those videos, and everybody got a great laugh in the beginning, with his the Spanish video that everybody died over. Wow, huge win for the voice of the community. I want to say that thank you to Wargaming for listening to people. That's
Well, what frustrates me is, although we are really thankful for it, we shouldn't have to start a boycott to, you know,
to have them
get our
not do
voice
dumb
heard.
stuff.
Exactly. Like the amount of times we've asked for things and the community has, you know, outspoken Wargaming. They haven't done anything, but it seems like we need to go to extreme measures to get our point across.
Well, again, I feel bad for the super testers because they sign up wanting to make a difference, and then Wargaming, like anytime they tell them something, they're just like, "Yeah, okay, we'll look into that." You know,
I
it really
always
sucks
laugh
for them. Like,
anymore
why
whenever
even have the
somebody
project?
says something about super testers changing the game.
I know.
It's such a joke.
They basically just make sure there's not any bugs in the game, and then there still are bugs in the game. That's literally all they do now. They just
it's
debug.
just bug testing. It used to be, you know, function and fit testing. You know, does this work and is it going to fit in the game? Now that's gone. You know, there is no more fit testing and super testing. It's all just about function.
Well, like if I had it my way with the super testers, no offense to anybody that is, but you shouldn't be able to get in by just like how active you are in the forums. Like they really should only recruit good players that have with a lot of battles that understand how the game should work and does work. I think just letting like
what's the
1,000
minimum
W8
requirement?
players
I think it's 4,000 battles.
Yeah, it's 4,000 battles, and you need to be active on the forums, or else they won't like let you. But I mean, you're basically letting people in that
like
even if they
least
played a lot of
8,000.
battles, you might even have people. Well, I don't even know about the battles, but like even the people with 20k battles, but still like, I mean, I don't know how to quantify it other than like really bad stats. But if you still don't understand how to play the game, you're not helpful for super testing because you don't know what mechanics should and shouldn't be in, you know. And especially when they're even making like changes to stuff like ranked battles and eventually like anything competitive play. If they don't understand the game, they shouldn't be super testers. Or they could just listen to them, who knows.
I mean, there's always that.
Yeah, there's always that option, but nah.
But I mean, whenever it takes this type of an act from the community to get any sort of response from wargaming, how can we expect them to ever listen to super testers?
I mean, there's so many problems that they can quite easily fix. I mean, there's always been the argument that they should just copy paste what PC has done, and PC has gone uphill, they haven't gone downhill, so it doesn't really make sense to follow a different path and go downhill. And like we've even seen that the community base is dying, you know, it's slowly dying off. I'm pretty sure PCs is going up, so it just makes complete 100% sense to follow what they're doing, copy and paste their changes, and etc.
Well, like, I really would like, even though PC has its problems right now, I would much rather be dealing with the gripes on PC right now than what we have to deal with. Because also
I think
when
their
PC
only
makes a
problem is
mistake-
pay to win.
Well, no, yeah, right now their only problem is like the mouse and the Type 5, basically, and then that premium.
Yeah.
But who plays tier 8? The thing is,
Only most of the game.
I don't know. I don't really play low tiers. I only play premium 8s and 10s. Not to be a scumbag, but yeah, I don't know. I would rather be dealing with their problems, especially because Wargaming PC has a track record of actually fixing stuff when they need to. So, like, you know, the mouse and Type 5 are going to get fixed at some point. Except for, like, with Wargaming, when they do something, it's just going to be left in the game until 2 years later. Because what do they care?
Right, I mean, they fix stuff, but
Wargaming
it takes a
console,
year
just
to
to
get fixed.
clarify.
Yeah, sorry. But PC patches, like, every month. Like, consistently. And it's
Yeah.
actually, like, not like the last 3 updates we've had where they haven't balanced more than 2 tanks, and they've been 2 tanks no
Yeah,
one cares
it
about.
really, really annoys me. Because each patch, it's, let's just say, 5 to 1, 5 being new premium tanks and new ideas that no one wants or asks for, and 1 being
Weather variants.
balance issues.
Like this last patch, they literally buffed the Lurva and the
Or
Panther
balancing it the
88,
wrong
which
way.
are nice. Which are nice, right? Those buffs are warranted. But that's
mind
2
you,
tanks.
Yeah.
What?
Alright, you
But, like,
continue, sorry.
Nobody, I mean, the amount of people that play those 2 tanks versus the amount of people that play 10s, everybody suffers in 10s. You know, they're literally doing stuff that has no bearing on anything. And that's been like that for the last 3 patches, where they've just buffed or nerfed, like, basically just changed the stats on, like, a couple tanks that aren't even ones that get played a lot. They haven't touched any of the tanks that need stuff.
Well, that and their patching and their quote unquote balancing is completely inconsistent because, you know, on one hand
Yeah.
we have tanks like the 4202 and the Awful Panther, which were removed from their respective tiers and, you know, either, you know, moved into a premium version of themselves. And then they have tanks like the Waffle and the Lorraine where they're like, oh, well, we don't want to get rid of people's favorite tanks. Well, you know, the right hand doesn't know what the left hand is doing. Like,
And the FU202 was nasty as well. Like 201 hash pen for like 510 alpha was absolutely filthy. Like if you get a flank, you can pen any
Yep.
tank in the game to the side and start doing huge damage. Like I would have preferred the 202 to stay with the Action 10 as well, versus like how they've made that with other tanks. You know, I mean, I'd
why
rather
does
have the 202 as a
have to
tier
go,
10.
but the
Yeah, I would have
205
preferred to
Bravo
have
gets
that.
stay? Like, where's the
exactly.
logic here? Why does the Lorraine get to stay with the Bat Chat?
Yeah.
But the Awful Panther has to go away with, you know, its, you know, with the fucking Spear Panther.
I mean, I don't know what kind of stats or graphs they're looking at, but they clearly need to play the game a little bit more to get a bit of a understanding why they want these tanks to be removed. That's just my opinion anyway, because, you know, they're always going on about stats and statistics, etc.
Man, that's why, like, we're talking about, I think people are talking about an Asus server, like, still going through with making a list of things people aren't happy with and sending it to Wargaming. Like, I don't have a problem with them reskinning premium tanks and stuff, because they gotta make money. Like, that really doesn't bother me, because I'm not gonna buy them. But it feels like they're doing that in lieu of actually helping the game. Why can't you do both?
Yeah, because I would not be phased about these premium tanks, you know, all that jazz, if they just, you know, listen to us once in a while with balancing, you know, so like kind of a you do this for us and we'll do this for you kind of deal, you know.
Yeah, right, exactly. Let us make our money and we'll also help you.
You know,
Yeah, exactly.
honestly,
Yeah.
Like the IS-5, I was pretty excited. I bought it.
Yeah,
Just
until
because
that
I wanted
price.
Yeah, I mean, that price, but it was one of those, I've been wanting to have the IS-5 since, well, way before they even thought about releasing the IS-3A. This was like 2 years ago.
I mean, another thing I want to bring up is, like, they're purposely overpricing tanks, obviously. Like, if you compare the IS-5 from PC to console,
Yeah, it's like
it's
4K more gold
12,000.
because it's got a skin.
Yeah, yeah, it's 3,500 for a camo, which is obviously actually cheating. Like, they're cheating their customers by doing that, because they're, like, that would not cost that much, you know, if it was on PC if you put all permanent camo of gold. And I don't know what their mentality is, but you'll get less customers for overpricing tanks instead of getting more money out of overpricing tanks. If you make it a fair price, you'll get more money out of it.
Well, I have no problem with them releasing these really, specially skinned, the IS-5, for instance. If they want to release an overpriced, specially skinned version of that tank, that's fine. They can do that by all means, and they can charge whatever they want to charge for it. But the standard IS-5 needs to be released alongside.
Yeah, exactly. Like even this really annoys me. The the HMH, what's the super what is it? The one that HMH medium tank, whatever
The
that was.
Super Sherman?
Super
Super
Sherman,
Sherman.
that's it. So like that was meant to be the M4 Rev, but you know apparently it uses different fuel and different tracks. Suddenly makes it a brand new tank for like an extra amount of gold, and they're just trying to delay PC tanks as much as possible. I've not seen them for like the last year or whatever release a non-reskins normal priced PC tank. I'm still
the thing
waiting for
too,
my
what
M4 Rev.
Wargaming
So.
does, and I mean everybody knows this. The reason why they can get away with making those things more expensive is because what they do is all the things they throw in, they give you the gold value, like they price it in with the gold value. Like the 3 pieces of equipment, they convert that 1.5 million silver to whatever it costs in gold. The 100% crew, or like the crew perk or whatever, like everything they add on, they charge you in gold, and so that's how they run the tally up, and that's how they overprice them as much.
Right, but even the
It's
base,
so dumb.
the base package for the IS-5 is more expensive than the base package on the PC side because of its special skin. So I
Right.
mean, even that you can't really. There's like something like a 500 gold disparity between PC and console on that tank.
Yeah, and I'm sure they charge you the 800 gold for the all 4 thing camo on that tank. Like they really just try to get any bit they can. And like, how is the Fatherland a 15,000 gold premium tank? Like, it's not a good tank at all. I don't see how it's like the most expensive tier 8.
Honestly, I don't
Actually,
know.
I think the IS-5 is now the most expensive.
Yeah, the IS-5 I
Oh.
think took it from it.
Yeah.
Yet the IS-5 is 1,000 gold more. So it's like,
Wow.
I don't know. I enjoy my.
Well,
IS-5.
until the Chrysler K hits, anyways.
I don't know if we'll ever get that. I mean, okay, here to be completely honest, the Chrysler, all it is it's the Americanized VKB with a better turret.
And a tier lower.
Yeah,
With a
and
worse
tier
gun.
Lower, but the cannon's garbage. I mean, its accuracy is not
Well,
that
that's
good.
the pay-to-win aspect of it.
Yes.
You
Yeah,
have
if you
to
don't
fire
shoot gold, you can go
APCR.
home. Because you can't actually aim at weak spots. You have to be
Like
able to pen
that's
what you
added
hit.
and in it.
Yeah. Well, and the problem is too with tanks like that, without them having any way to pen it from the front, there's not really like maps that aren't corridor maps are a dying breed. And so what happens is, I'm sure you've experienced it, where a tank like that just locks down an area and goes to a flank. And when you're tier 8 or something, you can't pen that, like the VKB. Thankfully, like same tier tanks can, but it's so frustrating when you're playing a hit like Himmels or something, and you got a tank that locks it down, and you just got to wait for your team to clear the other side to flank it. That's why tanks like that are annoying, because even if you're really good at the game and know everything you know, there's still not any weak spots to actually shoot.
So
And it used to reward you for knowing things.
I do want to throw out Wednesday night fights will be starting here in 50 minutes. First game up will be SOA versus RG. Second game tonight, NFTG versus RR3. So fighting will commence. T-minus 49 minutes, guys. Stick around, keep watching, listen to us rant, holler, and yell. And
Are you doing like pubs games for the rest of it, or are we just doing tank talk the whole time?
Right now, it's just been kind of tank talk and everything. We've had some good responses, especially Ace did come across. I want to. Ace came out and said, "Wouldn't say we just won just yet. We still need to get the fix and improve the game. The fight will continue." That is so very true, Ace. This little battle has been won, but I feel a little bit more accomplished in what you guys have done and put on, and they have answered the call. So, yeah, I do need to figure out what the team's maps wanted to be. But you continue on, guys. I just wanted to do that announcement about Tank Talk Live.
Yeah, I'm just about finished eating, so I'll be able to talk a little bit more.
Nah, please continue eating.
You want ASMR? Alright,
Well,
I'll
I
be
mean, I
right
think
back.
we can probably move past the patch kits. I'm sure people are going to get sick of it if we keep drawing it out.
Yeah.
But if there's any other questions, I'd be more than happy to
Yeah, I think
cover
that's
those.
pretty much. No one else has really asked about that. Yeah, honestly, I'm gonna say this. We'll go ahead and put the nail in the coffin and call that scenario done.
Yeah, I think that horse was dead 10 minutes ago. So, I mean, at that point, it's just going to get redundant. Obviously, everybody knows the game needs a lot of fixing. But I don't think anybody wants to hear us just sit here and complain about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, seems like Ace is continuing the boycott.
Yeah, no, I don't blame him.
And
Why not?
I was like saying that obviously you have to have a reason behind a boycott. Maybe the lack of communication between players and devs.
Yeah. Maybe just like everything. Pretty much start ground up and redo everything they've ever done and then get back to me.
Yeah.
Is RG not in the time listings?
No, they played last
I
Friday.
think you're lagging a bit
RG
there,
did.
Anarchy.
Me?
What did you say?
Or maybe it's me lagging.
I'm catching a little twinge out of Anarchy also.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, there.
Oh,
Connecting.
okay.
Reconnecting.
Okay.
There we go.
Alright, Howells, repeat your last transmission. Party chat went all screwy.
Yeah, there we go. No, I was.
You were saying something about a twinge. Was the last thing I heard.
Yeah, there was a little party twitch. Gotta love Xbox.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
Twinge. How did you misrepresent Twitch for twinge?
No, because that's what he said, twinge. They're both words.
Oh, really?
He said
Oh, my
twinge the
bad.
first time.
That's a very,
Yeah.
very interesting word, actually.
Next time you're going to come at
Twinge.
me, make sure it has some substance that was weak. Try again.
Oh, okay. Well, that's just being rude.
Yeah, I know, right?
Get everything taken care of. Get the map. I'll throw up a generic map real fast.
What's some other problems that we can point out by wargaming?
We already
Since
talked about it. We're
this
kind of
is-
done. It's kind of overdone. We
Well,
gotta talk
no,
about
that's
something else.
about patch kits.
Kind of getting boring. I don't know, just the whole
Well, I mean,
complaining thing.
Aren't we meant to be
Feels a little
helping
overdone.
wargaming and the community at the moment?
Eh,
I won't talk about Wednesday night fights now that I'm back.
right, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Talk about something that matters.
Oh,
Start,
oh, Jesus.
No, I was saying let's talk about Wednesday night fights, like because it matters more than the game stuff, because none of that's ever gonna happen. I'd rather talk about
Yeah.
something that matters.
So with
I
me
guess
being
it's like
back,
talking
lot
to a
of the
brick
games
wall.
Are going to be coming in. It looks like we have a lot of good teams now joining the fight, I guess, in here. I love the fact that we are Wednesday Night Fight is growing because of our community stat, that we've helped, and it makes me ecstatic seeing all these new teams rolling in, and hopefully here soon we'll have every competitive team on our clan roster. I'm gonna rename this. I'm tired of calling these everybody clans. We're not clans. If we're doing competitive, you don't hear in like
We're lovers, right? Is that what you're getting at?
well, even in open wheel racing and stuff like that, and kart and Indy and NASCAR and all those, they're not called the DuPont clan. They're part of a team. So I'm a firm believer. I don't like calling it. Say just here. I'm looking at the clan TNG. I don't. It just doesn't sound good. If you're out in public and you go, "Yep, I gotta have to go to my clan meeting," they're gonna look at you a little weird.
Well, no, see, I say that like a lot about both clans, so I think it's easier that way. You know, I don't have a problem with it. People know what I mean.
Yeah, I mean, so don't let me be confused. When I talk about teams, I'm talking about clans. I'm trying to start a trend. So we're not.
What about the clan?
Hey.
What's the clan?
Yeah, I'm not.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna keep that out of here with the clan and. Now, if your leader is a grand wizard in something, that's your own damn business.
Yeah, you're not invited to Wednesday night fights.
Yeah, you are not allowed to come on air. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You will not be allowed to come on air. So, no grand wizard.
We'll make Tuesday night fights for that.
Yeah, no grand dragon. Yeah,
That'll be the clan meetings.
Yeah, make that Tuesday night and not be involved in Wednesday night fights at all. So, with that being said, tonight battle we got some pretty good teams. It's been a while since I've seen RR3. I think the last time I saw them was actually WCL. I think.
Yeah, I haven't even heard
This
of
is
them
the
really.
first time I've
Nor
ever
seen them
seen
play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew that they were a Silver League division team, and I think it was E. Yeah, E. I don't know. There were so many teams. I know.
I know, right?
WCL. Everybody's getting excited. It's been too far long.
Wait till they dash your hopes.
So, maybe once the WCL season starts, maybe in November, maybe something to look forward to again.
Well, they're starting. The one that they're talking about now is starting mid-July, and then.
But have they released that they're actually going to do that? I don't know if they've actually said they're going to come out and openly say that that's the times. I just
My mic just outplayed me. Feels bad. Yeah, like I was saying, I think this WCL they're looking to try to start it in the middle of July and end before August is over, and then like the next one will probably be in the fall, like you were saying.
Yeah.
If they do another one after that, who knows?
All right, Hells, and everybody else, appreciate you having me on. I'm gonna.
I
jump
appreciate
off.
you. All right.
All right. And
All right, Tom,
good talk, guys. Good.
Yep, see you, man.
Have you in here, Tom?
Yep. See.
I'll gladly talk with you here later on this evening.
Oh yeah.
All right, so T-minus 40 minutes here.
We can just do 1v1s.
Mate, we need a rematch.
Yeah, Mutant versus KV4 or KV5 rather.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second here, guys. The wife just came in.
Yeah, tell her I said hi. So, how are you doing, Tanker? Sure, people care.
I'll just let some steam off. That's all.
Yeah. Earlier
Without some
today
of
was a good time.
Wargaming's problems.
We had a lot of really good matches
Oh, yeah.
today. It was fun.
Oh my god. I love how the 2 games I AFK'd, I did nearly
We're better
average.
than the 2 games you were there the whole
Yeah.
time.
Oh, yeah, all of that. And I love that. I still can't get over that Westfield map where I spawned in and there was about 5 heavy tanks on the hill next to me. That scared me a
That was
bit.
pretty clutch. Well, that one game, it sucks because that one game on Proc, like, if you went up to the hill with me, like you should have, would have been a huge game for you. But nope.
Yeah. Goddamn
honestly wish there was-
T49.
If I had one less teammate down there, that probably would have been a 10k game because they were stealing my good damage. Like, I did 8k, but I had 9 bounces because the game hates me. So that
Well, that's
easily
why
was a
you need to
10k
load it.
game. Yeah, I know.
Pay to
There were
win.
2 clips of it, and I used it on the IS4.
What's not?
But
Load
yeah.
at least 3.
Yeah, I used to load 3, and then what happened was I would run out of AP, or it put me in a weird clip where I'd have to load 1 because I wasn't paying enough attention. And I don't like to have that much heat because I don't trust it. Like, 258 pen is really good, so I don't need heat 90% of the time. But, like, for
Yeah.
an IS4 on that hill, I need it just because most of the time he's backing up, and it makes his angle pretty good, so I need it just to punch through. But, I mean, I very rarely shoot the heat. It's so hard in autoloaders, too, because there's such a delay. Like, as soon as I load the heat clip, he might get melted, and then I have to shoot it into a freaking medium tank, and it gets absorbed or something. So I really try not to shoot it.
Yeah.
And, I mean, the 57 Heavy is already hard enough to play, let alone having to watch my ammo count.
It's a really fun, balanced tank to go against.
I don't know, it's just... Yeah, it's too hard to play for me.
I wonder what's more hard to play, the E5 or 57 Heavy?
I don't know, they're kind of both, like, different, because the E5, you can, like, make a pretty big misplay and get bailed out by the armor, but the 57 Heavy, you can fail your way into, like, a 6k game by just being in the
Yeah.
right spot.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, there's so many times
Or
when
you
you
can
can
do
use
the
RB,
typical
RT.
peekaboo.
Well, yeah, you can basically RB and then hold RT for 6 seconds and have 1600 damage and then pull back. Like, I guess that's
Yeah,
where it's
exactly.
easier to play, but it doesn't have the
Especially if you get a
fail-proof
tracking
armor.
shot.
Yeah, well, that's where it's super OP, is because, like, you can track them, and then if you're smart, you hold your shot for a second, and as soon as they repair, you track them again, and then they're stuck there. And it's pretty much like,
And then
I'm gonna
teammates can
suffer
just-
now.
Pummel them.
Yeah. But, I mean, they're both easy, like, super easy to play in different ways. The 57 Heavy is also really hard to mark. Like, the damage requirement is stupidly high.
Yeah.
So, there's that. But the E5, yeah, you can go completely to the wrong spot and then still have the armor bounce 8k damage for no reason. Because
Yeah.
Wargaming
Oh
says
my
yes.
god, 57 Heavy, please, man. Its armor is just... Ugh! Aggravating.
Yeah, well, that's what happens. Is we've had this
It's like
discussion
filled
before.
with auto bounces.
Is because yeah, it doesn't rely on thickness; it relies on angling. You can bounce any gun in the game with enough luck. Like if a Jagdpanzer shoots at you and doesn't aim his shot, it'll auto bounce. So
Yeah.
it's not the 57 Heavies in like armor is super inconsistent, but it's hilarious when it works. Like I remember when you were playing your Chieftain, I had many games where I blocked more than you did. Like I'd have like 3k block games
Yeah.
when you were trying to
I
when you were
remember
going for the
that,
3
yeah.
marks. Like I was always blocking more than you were.
Maybe that's just because you are clearly a better player than me.
Yeah, that's probably what it was. I knew how to side scrape. I'll teach you that one day in a training room.
Yeah, the annoying thing is the Chieftain has like no like tracks. Its tracks are thin, very, very thin, so it can't side scrape.
Well, the E5 can side scrape super well because it has the big tracks, the side armor, and the side armor is angled as it is. So I mean, the E5 is actually like a pretty beastly side scraper, especially if the hatch
Yeah,
is on
E5
the
has
wrong side.
magnificent side armor. Have you seen
Like,
me
if you-
bounce? Did you see me bounce off it yesterday?
Yeah, I know, right?
Complete
Not even
flat
firing
side.
the cheat rounds. But yeah, if you're playing it well and you can get into a corner where the hatch isn't on the side you're peeking, it's super hard to pen. Because you
Yeah.
can just back up and they can't see the hatch, and then you win. Yeah,
How long
E5.
do we have? 34 minutes.
Like I said before, I think if they were looking to nerf it, they shouldn't nerf the cupola, they should nerf the lower plate. And make the lower plate like super
Yeah,
bad.
I mean, yeah, the MG turret on top. It's just if it was weak, it would be in my opinion a pretty weak tank because it's basically the biggest cupola
Yeah,
MG
right.
port out there besides the pattern. You know,
Yeah,
like
well,
why
that's
would I
why,
want to
like,
play the E5 when I can play the pattern.
Yeah, right. I mean, I don't know. It just seems like the American line, like all of them have really good turrets. I mean, I guess the M103 a little less, but you play it for the turret, and it's got the gun depression to use it. It sucks to nerf the machine gun port. Like if it, the most
Yeah.
frustrating part for the E5 for me is not when I fail to pick the hatch. It's when I get them out in the open and I hit the wrong pixel and bounces lower plate, no matter what I fire at it. Like that's what gets
Yeah.
me. The lower plate should be like 200 effective everywhere, and then that would make it so much better.
I mean, half of the underplay is an auto bounce, really, so...
'Cause I have no problem with it rewarding
really
you
the
like
lower
getting
part.
into a good spot. You gotta respect it when somebody can get into a hold down spot well and use it.
No, definitely.
Are you there, Tanker, or can I not hear you?
I am here.
God dang
I
it.
don't think you can hear me. God.
Alright, my mic is gonna keep outplaying me tonight, apparently.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Like, my controller just
Alright.
hates me.
Oh well, you know mine.
Yeah, right, right.
Won't even let me use it. Anything planned for the weekend?
You talking to me?
No, I'm talking to the ceiling above you.
I don't know if you're talking to Holly. What are you, a cop? I'm not gonna tell you what I'm doing on the weekend.
Are you doing that kind of stuff, are you?
Always.
True. Have you ever, since you're obviously a bouncer, right?
Right.
Is it often that people like try to swing at you?
Yeah, the first, like I said, the first night I worked,
They're
I
like
got my
drunk
nose
off their
broken.
face?
Yeah,
Oh,
first night
really?
I ever worked there, I got my nose broken. Yep. It
You
was pretty
know
clutch.
how
I
I
was like,
broke
oh.
my nose?
I feel like you told me.
It
I
was
broke
about a
mine
month
twice,
ago.
and it hurts bad every time.
Um,
That's why I sniffle.
ba- basically what happened was I was cutting wood, and
Oh, you have told me this, yeah.
well, I'll tell
No,
the
keep
stream
going.
anyways.
Yeah, keep
Yeah,
going.
I was cutting wood, and basically what happened was I got the axe, and it was a bit of a chunkier piece of wood, so like there was more force to it, or whatever you want to say. So when I cut it, the piece, like the end piece that flew off, hit me right in the nose, like flew right at my nose and hit it and broke it.
Yeah, well,
So that was
like
really fun.
the second time I ever broke it was actually kind of related. I was cutting. There was a big tree had fallen on like 3 or 4 little saplings, and it was pinned. It was hung up really weird, and I decided I wanted the big tree for firewood because I'm an idiot. So I went back and I was trying to cut the saplings, and to like get it to fall hopefully, and I got one of them almost cut, and I was gonna just try to break it, and so I took the axe out, and it was like a spring. Like as soon as it broke, it went flying at like a million miles an hour because you know it's under thousands of pounds of pressure with the tree
Yeah.
leaning on it, and it smacked me right in the face, and it was like from underneath my nose, and it just exploded me. That was the
Looks like
that was the
trees
second
are
time.
really good at breaking people's noses.
Oh man, it hurt. But yeah, going back to your first question, it's a learned skill to move your head out of the way. Yeah, you learn to just not be there.
Take it in Bolt or no lumberjack.
Oh, freaking
Oh,
nuts.
definitely not. Well, I mean, I cut the occasional firewood, but that's about it.
Yeah, no, I do it like a lot. Like I heat my house with wood, so I cut a ton. But that was just a bit of
Yeah.
bad luck. And then the only other time I've had it is I hit my finger with an axe once. Other than that, no injuries. Chainsaw,
An
I'm
axe.
perfect. Yeah,
didn't
I
it
was
chop
trying
off?
I was trying to split kindling, and the piece rolled, and I missed, and I hit my pointer finger, like you know, on the third joint to the tip, like the furthest
Yeah.
most. It hit
Yeah,
right on that
yeah.
joint at an angle and went to the bone, and then my dad sewed it up for me. But it was pretty clutch.
Jeez.
Yeah. Thankfully, I hit it soft enough where it didn't break the bone, so it didn't take the tip of my finger off. It just cut the skin
Yep.
pretty good.
Or it's even worse, like especially going back to the breaking nose thing. It's even worse when it's cold, like a really cold day. Because I don't
Yeah.
know why, but everything hurts times 10 more when it's during cold
Well, you
weather.
don't live in a cold enough spot, right? But like here, when it's
Oh,
negative
well.
30ish, when you go outside and you breathe in through your nose, you can actually feel your nose hairs freeze together, and that's a pretty awesome
Ugh.
feeling. I'd recommend it. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, no. Now that I've done that twice, I sniffle really bad and I snore when I sleep. I probably should get it like.
Well, I mean,
don't
it got
know,
to
I
about
should go to, like a
It
plastic
got to about
surgeon.
30 degrees Fahrenheit this morning.
Oh well, that's like summer
So-
weather here, dude. It's been in the 50s all week here and raining. It's awful.
I mean, like anything between, I don't know what is it, 25 to 30 Celsius. I don't really know what that is in Fahrenheit, but that's like really nice
80,
weather in
90.
Australia.
Well, yeah, it's really hot there, right? Like, I'm making a bit of a joke because you guys don't really get it cold, but we also don't get it very hot. So I'm sure if it was quite hot, I'd be melting in my chair. And you'd just be like, yeah, this is good weather. If it was ever going to get hot, I'd need to get a haircut. Because I feel like that'd be really unlucky with, I would just get like a buzz cut.
Looks like Pat wants an invite to the talk.
Oh boy. I don't know if he's personable.
He's got to swear.
Yeah, you gotta tell him it's a PG
times.
stream. Tell him he's not commentating ready. That's what I would tell him. He was playing that Heroes of the Storm, and I was watching his stream, and he died, and I put in the chat, I was like, not, because he was playing ranked on it, I was like, hashtag not ranked ready. Good.
Not gone swear.
I don't have Pat on my friends list, so...
Hellscat, just to keep you up to date, Audacity, IX, or Pat.
Power Top.
Yeah. He's one of the shot callers for TNG.
Yeah. He's the second caller. He's basically like the B version of Goulius.
Okay, well,
yeah.
Come on in.
Yeah, I still always preferred
Pat,
Julius,
welcome.
but he's, Hey, Pat.
He's just not going to talk, alright.
No.
This is the Pat that I like.
Oh, there we go.
Thanks, dude. What are you guys talking about?
Do you think you can avoid swearing?
Now? Yeah. You never
we
met professional Pat.
We were just talking about breaking our nose. I've actually seen a picture of professional Pat, so...
The conversation there, Pat. Nice to meet you, sir. How you doing?
Yep, you too. I'm doing good. I'm Pat. How are you?
Oh, not too bad, not too bad. We were kind of been doing everything across the board. We've talked about all those guys breaking their nose. We've talked about everything across the board.
Tank Talk's always super random.
Yeah, I do want to talk about everybody's thoughts and feelings on. I know a lot of people said that this, the IS-5 is overpriced, but I haven't enjoyed the new IS-5. I do not enjoy that Tier 4 that you get with it. Everybody's like, why?
You get a Tier 4 with it?
Yeah, it's a bundle.
Yeah.
Even that is overpriced.
Well, and here's the thing.
Here's my thing. And I don't mean to cut you off here, but like I get it, and at least with this bundle, we actually get a new tank, right? We get actually 2 new tanks.
Yeah.
So I mean, you can kind of complain about being overpriced, but at least it's not like a reskin for just under the price that they're selling these 2 new tanks for, right? So I mean, you can kind of complain that it's overpriced, but at least it is quote unquote new content, not like a reskin or like that, you know what I mean? So while you can complain about it, yeah, exactly. Like, well, you can complain about it, but I mean, at least we're getting new content rather than just like a Fatherland or like a reskinned, I don't know, what's the other, like a Motherland, the T55A or whatever it's called.
T54 Mod 1.
Yeah, the Mod 1, exactly.
The Fatherland.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, at least we're getting new content. Like, I'd rather get new content that's overpriced than get reskins.
I just can't wait for the Defender to be in the game.
Highly priced.
Good balance tank for you.
Yeah, and so I mean, I know I've enjoyed playing my IS-5. I know it's. I mean, yeah, it still falls into the whole thing of them redoing all the Tier 8 heavies are now across the board at 1950. I mean, you could have some monstrous games in IS-5 if you know how to run that arm.
It's not a bad tank. I mean, for what it's worth. I mean, it does see Tier 10s. I mean, for what it's worth, it's not an awful tank. You can definitely make it work.
Yeah, and then
I mean, let's put it this way: it's a lot better than the Huntsman. Like, have fun in a Huntsman in a Tier 8 lobby. Like, yeah, have
Right.
fun with that. Yeah, you're gonna have a great time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean,
It sucks when they
you're
add
still
tanks like that that are super like there's no like there's not relevant at all. Like what
Yeah.
is the point of having that in the game? You're never going to be competitive, and people buy them because it looks cool. I feel so bad.
So yeah, I mean,
yeah.
even if say WCL drops and they say it's 754 format, I do have a feeling that the IS5 is a viable option.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
it will
yeah.
On the 754 format, even for you know, Skansk, Himmels, you know, those urban maps. I think we'll start.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think it would be more like like if there's a tank limit, like instead, like, you know, you
Right,
want to run
like 2
4
tank limit.
IS3s, but then you're, you know, yeah, 2 tank limit. You know, you'd want 3 IS3s, but you can only run 2. You know, it'd be that. All right, it's 2 IS3s and a IS5. It's not good enough to replace the IS3 at all. So, you know, you see it in more of a backup role. There probably are some maps where it's actually better than the IS3. Like, I only have 1 game in the IS5, so I'm not, you know, I don't really know too much about it. But I think it would kind of fulfill that role, like, you know, back up to the IS3 basically.
Well, it's kind of like how like when you're talking about tank limits, it's like at tier 9 when you run the WZ, so you can run more of them, like if you want to, because like the WZ11 is pretty much the T10, and it's one of those tanks you can use to get around the tank limit. I haven't played the IS5, but I've seen them
Oh,
in game a
exactly,
couple
yeah.
times.
I pulled up back to back. I mean, I think I'm very proficient in my IS3. I mean, I can pull, you know, some decent games. I mean, there's some I'm a potato, some, you know, that just like everybody else. But it seems like I mean, other than, yeah, it's the IS5 and everybody's shooting for you because you're the new tank. I know I've had some successful games in that, and I think I've thrown down 150 battles. Even when I was on vacation, had a little bit of time I could play it. So I think it's a good viable. Here we can move on to the next point. We got 20 minutes still left. Wednesday Night Fight still brought to you by here at the WNet NF staff. Check us out on Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, and the internet. And now that I'm back from vacation, we will have that webpage coming up here shortly. www.wednesdaynightfights.net. It'll be a one-stop shop for all of your tanking needs. So, now I have mostly TNG in here. So, are you guys?
Yeah, right.
So, are you guys enjoying? Does Wednesday Night Fights offer TNG a little bit more stuff? I know you guys don't have no problem finding scrims because, well, everybody wants to scrim you guys. But I'm trying to
Harder than you'd think sometimes. No scrims this week yet, besides yesterday. They don't fill up always, unfortunately.
Yeah, that sucks.
But like I think we're doing Friday night fights. Like we're scheduled to if a team will match. It is
I
nice
think we're
to
also
have like
scheduled this Saturday.
yeah against Fame and Corruption. But it is nice to have like Wednesday night fights and Friday night fights where you can mention ahead of time, like hey, put our head in, and if you find another team to match, it's a nice way
Yeah,
to
I
just
mean,
like
as a
say I'd
former
like to play.
clan leader, it's nice to kind of like you guys do the, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
it's there. You just kind of say, yeah, we'll be there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. You just give a time you want to be there to format, and then they do everything else.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you just show up and play. Like I'd
And it's a
imagine
good-
it's
it's a
quite
good
nice for
format.
clan leaders. Right, exactly. And you know people are going to watch so that they can tell you how bad you are later, which is important.
Oh yeah. No, you
Yeah.
definitely need that.
Getting
that
kicked
And-
for 2,000
for
by an
sure.
item.
Yeah,
One of
I
Pat's
mean, when you're a
favorite things
form
is when
taker and not comp ready, you know what I mean?
Yeah, did he tell you that you weren't commentating ready like I told him to?
I
tell me
heard
this.
that on the stream and I just shook my head.
But and the thing too, like one of Pat's biggest gripes is he really likes it when somebody that's bad at hosting rooms hosts, and so it's nice having Hellcat do it when he knows what he's doing.
That does bug the crap out of me. Not gonna lie.
I mean, and I do have my mistakes every so often, you know, especially on those battle variants. If it's, you know, I'll throw it up on airfield. And
Mm.
it's like, hey, it's supposed to be on war, and I'm like, ah, crap. All right, my bad.
But like you considering what you make mistakes, you've never seen other random people host rooms and how bad it is. Like
Yeah.
Rah, he lost room hosting privileges last time we played them.
Yep.
Because he
Yeah, I
couldn't be
told him he
trusted.
was done, and then I made it.
Oh yeah. Yep. 2 games in a row. Because frickin' Toxic was running an Arty and he was running
And
2
I mean,
Prem
it's-
consumables, so
like, I mean,
40k in a
it's
row,
a-
and he muffed 2
yeah.
games.
I mean, it's a legit scrim, so like people are running food and stuff like that, and then when, you know, if someone screws up, well, twice, I mean, you're just immediately 40k silver in the hole for literally nothing.
Yeah, and Toxic was down to 80k, and he didn't even have enough silver to fire Prem HE because of how broke he was at the time. Not saying I'm any better, because I refused to host the room because I guarantee I'd mess it up. But that's what we
And
had
then I
Pat
just
for.
yell at you.
He loves to do it. Yeah, exactly. And when Pat yells at me, I cry.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when I accidentally killed you a couple of days ago, Pat?
Yeah,
Oh,
it was,
yeah, I
it
was watching
really
the
great.
stream.
I mean, you definitely heard about it, that's for sure.
You weren't even that mad. Like, I was watching it, and I was like,
Oh no,
wow, that
I was
an
mad. Trust me, I
underreaction.
muted my mic and
Really?
was screaming. For,
Oh.
oh yeah.
Well, thank God the game was won. Like, I was thinking, what if that was, like, in contention for them winning, and that was, like, a clutch moment and he did that?
He reformed would have sat the rest of the screen and probably the whole next week.
I
Trust me.
only watched the first round, and that was all I saw, was Tanker parking behind you and that guy shooting you. But I really
Well, I
was
couldn't
surprised
move.
with how not mad you were.
I couldn't move because the lag spike. Like everyone knows, everyone's been getting that 5-second delay or whatever, where like everything basically stops and then you teleport somewhere. That's what happened to me.
Yeah, I think it's just, you control the first
I
two hops
just
of your
hear
connection, right?
excuses. Yeah, I just think it's actually an excuse.
Yeah, it must
It's
just be
your
my
ISP.
ISP.
And
Yeah. You're Australian, it's to be expected.
speaking of like anyone in the game right now, heck yeah, dude. Definitely that's one thing that we should talk about. Like, yeah.
Wargaming will never admit there's a problem.
Well,
No,
there is
they
that-
won't
You know.
admit it, but
on the forums, they did release a statement here. I can give me 2 seconds here. I can read it out loud. We have one here. One of my guys, a good friend of mine. There we go. Dear person who put this in, we looked into this further. Over here for you, it appears this is a known issue at this time. Please rest assured, developers are aware and they're working tirelessly on this.
when was this posted? Was this recent?
This was yesterday.
Oh, wow.
So they actually, okay. I'm
Because
actually
Pat wasn't
surprised.
lagging, he would have hit 4K already. That's the only reason you haven't hit 4K is because of lag. I guarantee
Exactly.
As
Exactly.
fast as we can, this issue requires an update in order to be resolved, so it will not be fixed overnight. Your ticket will.
We promise the update will only add 6 more bugs
Wait, where
that
was
are
this?
also as game
Sorry,
breaking.
in announcements.
No, this is a personal message from Wargaming to.
Ooh.
I'll
Could I
find
get
it
a?
is.
Could you link that to me or something, please?
Screenshot it.
I'd really like to read that.
I honestly, like I've got really, really good internet, so I don't lag a lot. But I have noticed, even though I should have perfect internet and can run every game, I do occasionally, like maybe 1 out of every 15 games, have that where it feels like the stick has a delay, like where my tank is sliding when I'm not controlling it. And I really don't think that should be a problem. That's got to be their servers, because I never have a connection problem.
Found it.
I
Thank
mean,
you.
I don't know if you guys know HMK. He's got like 200 up, 200 down. He is like,
Yeah, I
I'm pretty
know
sure
him.
it's Google Fiber, and I've
Right.
seen him lag out of games because
Yeah.
of the server. Like he's
That's
like,
just- yeah.
I mean, at least they're actually acknowledging it now, so I can't really blame them. You know.
Fair enough. Well, like I said to you, like I've posted, like I forget who posted theirs, but I even posted a screenshot of like my internet stats, and I have the same thing, like almost 200 download. So I mean, I really shouldn't lag, but
I haven't even tried on my internet yet, so we're gonna find out tonight. I mean, honestly, and I will make this announcement: if the lag is too extreme for Wednesday night fights, we probably will put a pause to everything until. I don't want people to get soured in a comp scenario. I mean, a lot of people, for some reason, especially with Wednesday night fights, they take it very personal.
Right.
They do not do well on Wednesday night fights. So
I get what you're saying, and I do agree to an extent, but I mean, I'm going to play the devil's advocate here. It is a case-by-case basis. Like, I get lag probably once every game, like, just for, like, a couple seconds. And, like, Anarchy says, like, he gets lag, like, once every 15 games. So, I mean, you can say that, but, you know, it's honestly, it's mostly, like, just a case-by-case basis. So I think, you know, if you guys were to completely put a hole just because of lag.
His internet might be not good. I think
his
getting it because I think he's moving or something, and his internet might not be up because he said he hadn't tested it yet. And like going back to that, like when I have a bad night on Wednesday night fights, I usually just beat my wife. That's a good way to deal with it.
No, yeah, that'll do it. Yeah, man. Yeah, for sure.
Because Wednesday night fights is frustrating.
he put in 2 tickets under the same one. So one was sound and one was lag. That's the answer that he got for both.
Oh, crap. So no, that's not lag then. That was sound. They merged his tickets to screw him.
Yep, they merged.
They do that to me all the time.
But
they always merge your tickets.
I mean, I don't get like, and I'm not trying to beg on anybody, but that's, I mean, it's flat out ridiculous that a company would do that. Like, clearly thousands of people, like I guarantee the number is a couple hundred, 2,000 that have actually voiced their opinion. I mean, when did this start happening? Like 3 months ago, basically, like with 3.6
like,
or whatever.
I remember, like right in the beginning, or like right near the end of winter, it started to be every day in the forums. I heard people whining about it, and they always said it was your ISP.
Yeah.
And then like a month ago, there was a post on it, and hundreds of people
I've never had a problem since since the 3.6 ever. So, and then you're gonna tell, and I did a support ticket as well. So you're gonna tell me, just because of one update, my internet just is going to take a dump, like, forever, like, just randomly stop working. I can play 5 hours of StarCraft 1 games, and if you guys know, or StarCraft 2, if you guys know StarCraft 2, you're going to notice the teeniest little, you're going to know the teeniest bit of lag, and it's going to lose you games. Yeah. And I can play 5 straight hours of that and not get a single lag spike, but I can come on the tanks here, a game where, like, I mean, let's be honest here, a little bit of lag isn't going to really do anything for you. Like, it's not going to really screw you up unless it's just in a bad spot. And I get it every game. Like, I mean, come on, let's be honest here.
I can go play
let's be real. I mean,
and do 64-man servers and run it smooth as glass, but I can't come play 30-man freaking World of Tanks games on the East server. You know what I mean? When I'm in the East. And like, I used to have really bad internet. Then right after Christmas, I upgraded. Like, I used to get like 15 download speed, which was not good, and I wasn't even lagging then. And then I upgraded, and I've got like over 200. And then the update happens, and all of a sudden, okay, nope, now I'm gonna lag spike randomly.
I mean, and then that's just frustrating because it's like it's not our servers. It can't be. Like, well, every single logical thing points to it being your actual server. Like, I don't know if they're cheap and they don't want to spend the money to fix it. I don't know what the package they pay
for from
or do they just have literally no idea what is going on? Like, are they oblivious or are they just cheap and ignoring
wouldn't that be interesting though? If they decided to not spend much money from whoever they leased their servers from, like if they decided to cut costs and that was a way they did it, so that's why they're ignoring it. I mean, there's got to be a reason, right? Wouldn't that be messed up if that's how they decided? I
think it's a thing of. I just think it's incompetence and just a lack of taking.
I'd really hope so. I'd rather hope it's incompetence versus like negligence. Like they're just.
Does anyone know like how much money this game actually makes? I mean,
probably like $12.
Profit margin.
Too much.
The profit margin on this game has to be like huge.
Well, yeah, I mean if you think about it, the only thing they pay for is people. It's not like printing gold costs money because it's like not a tangible.
Yeah, object. I mean it's people with servers. I mean, there's other expenses, but
I mean, like toilet paper.
I mean, there's. Well, I know.
I think Wargaming, the parent company, is $1 billion company. I thought. I'm pretty sure I've heard that.
Oh, yeah.
The Wargaming thing makes over like $1 billion. I'm pretty sure I heard that when they, I don't know. I don't think they're publicly traded, so you can't know for sure how much they make.
I don't know.
Sure, you could look it up. But obviously, like, Wargaming Xbox doesn't make near as much as, like, the PC does.
No, but, excuse me. I bet the profit margin is sickening though.
Yeah, maybe they even see 8% growth. I don't know. I would think they would have pretty good profit margins. I don't think they have a problem making money.
And honest, I mean, it is one of those. Yeah, they wouldn't keep allowing you to keep playing this free-to-play stuff. I mean, it probably is a decent amount. I mean, don't get me wrong. But yet again, they have a lot of staff. I bet you they make a decent amount off of everybody, but it's not stupid amounts like it is PC. Because, PC.
No, yeah, no, you're right. But I think, it's clearly not going to be, more than PC, but I still think the profit margins are pretty darn high. To the point where, like, I get it. You're a company trying to make money. I get it. Most of us here get it. We're professionals. We work for a living. We understand money. You know what I mean? But yeah, exactly. But it's still.
I sell crack.
Okay, well, there you go.
That's business sense, right? I got a network and whatnot.
Yes, yeah, exactly. If you need crack, Anarchy's your guy.
Yeah, I've got overhead.
He'll give you a discount for. He'll give you a discount. Just tell me play tanks in your gamer tag. He'll hook you up.
Is you give a discount to first-time customers, and then once you get hooked, you got them by the short hairs. So
that's just messed up on
insider
a whole
tip
bunch
for
of
you.
different levels. You should feel bad.
You got to do what you got to do.
All right, so we got
nothing wrong with it.
Here, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and start shutting this down. So, well, no, I'm not. They're not even in the room yet. So I'm not even gonna do this yet.
I think they said something. I saw them asking who was hosting the room a bit earlier. I don't know if they understand how this works or not.
I threw it in there that. Cool. Thank you. Our three got their maps in. Hopefully they realize. I'm back. I'm hosting the room. That's the way it rolls. That's the way he's played with me. Has done this before, and then RG. I don't know. They probably should see that the room is open. I don't know. It's one of those things. I know we had some serious talks tonight on Tank Talk Live, and we had some pretty good discussions. A good evening
and that's how it's gonna take. If we're not happy with stuff, just talk, get the word out there. Clearly the forums don't work to get stuff out there, because
yeah. I made a point before that we need to it's kind of sad that we need to create a boycott for them to listen to us.
Oh, it's very sad, but it worked. So now, and we shouldn't do a boycott for every little stupid thing, but for a major thing like this, for sure, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Because we don't. It's still a game we all love and stuff. So the boycott, every little stupid thing that we don't agree with is just silly. But for major stuff, clearly, it worked. We'll definitely use it, but.
I feel like if they're going to implement new stuff like that, they should possibly create maybe a poll when you log into the game. That might be.
Well, here's the thing, and I don't know if you guys talked about this, but I think the super test needs a whole revamp. Basically, as it stands now. Did you guys talk about that already?
Yeah,
we basically just said
you
that
shouldn't be able to be a super
ignored.
tester if you're bad. Oh, that too.
No, okay, I get it. You should have super testers that are quote unquote maybe on the lower end of the skill spectrum. Yeah, exactly.
No, I was saying good players. I wasn't even trying to be mean to you. I was going to say they should be good players so they actually know what to do.
But no, you do need the opinion of every skill level, but the way it is now, it seems like the super test is okay, we're going to bring this in, you guys test it for bugs. That's
that's
what I seem it to be. It should not. It should be like, okay, we want to actually test this new thing out, like patch kits. Give us your
Right.
feedback. Like, it doesn't seem that is at all like what
Should
you
be
know,
a
what
sandbox
we had
server,
it-
basically.
The guy we had
Exactly,
in here
yeah.
before you. Yeah, I said the sandbox server thing, but the guy we had in here before you was a super tester, and we talked to that. Is that they basically just become glorified bug testers at this point, where no matter what they say, like they can say, "Hey, this will burn the game down," and they'll be like, "Yeah, we're gonna put it in anyway. Thanks for your feedback." They don't care.
Yeah, the super
And then I
testers
said they should have a sandbox server if they're gonna do weird stuff.
I mean, I don't want to beg on super testers, but I mean, I've been a super
No, I don't think
tester.
no. The super testers are
And
anything wrong.
the
It's wargaming.
stuff that no, but I don't want to beg on super testers. But I've been a super tester, and some of the people that like are super testers shouldn't be. Not
Right.
because of, well, I mean, skill what does come into it, but like I said, you need a balance, for each end of the spectrum. I get that, but like some of these people, like, I don't mean to sound like a dick, but like, you should not be a super tester. Like,
Yeah.
come on, dude. Like,
Well, like I'm sure you saw that screenshot of when they were trying to decide how draws should be settled in competitive, and somebody even said on the Super Test forums it should be settled by whatever team has the most distance traveled should get the win if there's a draw, like stuff like that. Who thinks that's a good idea?
Yeah, no,
you
well,
know.
clearly somebody did.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I swear to God.
It should be by the amounts of shots fired.
I
trees
remember,
cut.
I remember which WCL was that WCL?
I think it should be decided by the time of sitting idle, not moving.
Oh, that's true. They
That's
should
what I
tally
think.
up everybody's feet size, and whatever team has the conglomerate of the bigger feet wins. I feel like that's a fair point. But yeah, sorry, Hells, what were you saying?
Oh no, I was saying.
God damn it, you've scared House.
It was it WCL 2? That was the rolling joke. Was because a lot of people were turtling so much in WCL 2 that all right, we're just
That's
gonna
mean.
bring it down to distance traveled, and everybody about shit themselves. They thought they were actually stating the truth.
I think you meant WCL 1. I think you meant 1.
Yeah, WCL
I
1 was
think it
Turtle
was
Fest because
1,
teams would
yeah.
basically like if they didn't like the side of the map because like with Comarin there was one side that was impossible to win, and then one side that was easy wins, and teams would like just turtle out games so that they drew them.
Yeah, because I remember then everybody came up with a strategy to have the LTTB just sit back by their spawn and drive circles inside the cap circle, just to get.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that rolling joke, and everybody freaked out. No way, you're really gonna do.
I don't necessarily like the way they did draws. Like it sucks that you could have all 7 of your tanks alive. They could have one light tank that forces a draw, and then you replay and they could win. But I also don't have any better solutions. You know, I don't know.
I mean, hit point percentage. I mean, I do. You know what? WCL, they have their ways, and they try their ways very tirelessly to figure out how exactly to do it. So I bet you they'll come up with something. And
Yeah.
I mean, I understand damage percentage is a huge way to go with that. But again, it's one of those things. Send your, typically everybody sends out their scout. The scout is this is what made the light tank. I'm going to go ahead and put quotations on this. It would be a bat chat or the bat chat AP or whatever. So you put a lot of the game into that driver's hands of being a smart observer,
Right.
and not taking that hit, because the minute you take that hit, it instantly puts you on the losing side.
No, exactly. And that's why the WCL 1 got so campy. I mean, I'm not going to name names, but I mean, every clan pretty much had some camp. I mean, it was every clan. Let's be honest. It was every clan when like the news broke and like, you know what I mean. Like if you got that 1-2 hits, like you're legit just going to set up a defense and just sit there and make the team that took the hits come at you, because you already have the game won. So it's in your hands to not lose it, and it's in the enemy team's hands to win it. And
Of course,
to
you
not
don't like
lose it, you don't
WCL
get
1's
hit.
rules.
I mean,
Yeah, and I wasn't around for that, so I mean, I definitely don't think that's a fair thing because it sucks that it punishes like, oh, you took 2 shots of early damage. Well, guess what? Now you can't win unless you get like a super outplay.
and I mean,
Yeah, I don't know how to
Yeah.
fix it.
time now. I mean, I understand time's precious. Everybody's time's precious, but it's one of those things. I do like the fact that you draw, you play it again.
Yeah.
In that one.
I like it if you draw, it goes to a different map. I wouldn't wanna,
Oh,
because
okay.
some of the times it is due to the map. So like Himmelsdorf can be extremely campy and defensive. And if you have two teams that, have their strats that are defensive, campy, and they're, I mean, if it's worked for them, why change it? Then you should, if it's a draw, you go to a completely different map. That's like they did in WCL1, If it was a draw, you go to Karelia. That was where you would play it, and whoever won
That
that
worked
basically
really well.
won that side of Himmels. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it extends games, but it's also probably the best case scenario, or not the best case scenario, but like the solution for that problem, I guess.
Mm. Yeah.
We're
I
gonna
don't
get
know.
the players in here, by the way.
They're probably in a different lobby. They probably don't understand.
Okay. Well, guys, I'm gonna bounce out. It looks like you guys are starting to do this. So thanks for the invite.
It was
There
good to
some
have
good
you, Pat.
talks.
You should
Yeah,
come
thanks,
back
Pat.
more
Definitely.
often.
I don't mean to do some plugs, but definitely tune in this Saturday. We're gonna be talking about a lot of stuff. Trying to fix the game. I know the boycott worked for the patch kits, but we're still gonna do the boycott, obviously, to
Yeah, there's a lot
hopefully
more
get our
issues that
point
need to be
across
fixed.
for. Yeah, exactly. There's numerous issues. I mean,
So much momentum. Why stop?
yeah, I know it's a pain in the butt for wargaming, but they should be happy that they have a community that's so into their game
And not
that
apathetic, right? It's like, okay,
exactly, yeah,
whatever
that's so
happens.
into their exactly, yeah, that's so into their game that we care so much that we will not play the game that all of us play way too much for a weekend to ensure that
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
all right, guys,
Like
I
I
will
said, you should
catch
come
you all
back on
later.
sometime.
Awesome.
We'll have fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you for coming in.
Yep, you too,
thank
man.
for being a guest
Thanks
on
for having
Talk
me.
Live.
So we will catch you guys all later.
Have a great
Yep.
All right, guys. So what I'm going to do here, room is open. We're just waiting for people to come in, but I do have to shut down the stream temporarily so I can get that 10-minute delay set out forward on it. So let's see. Hopefully, SOA and RG get in here pretty quickly, and then RR3 versus NFTG for Wednesday night fights late night. So we will be here. We'll be right back. The stream will be here. It's just I have a 10-minute delay going on. So all right, give us just a few moments. Tanker and to Anarchy, Tom Ace, to Audacity, to everybody that came in on the talk, to Ace. The fight continues. The war was won, but the battle continues. You have anything on the outing there, Tanker?
Not really. I mean, I'm just, yeah, like I said before, I'm really happy that Wargaming has finally listened to us.
Awesome. Anarchy, you got any closing thoughts?
Actually, no, I do not. Nothing important.
Okay. Well, we'll see you guys back here. 15 minutes because of a 10-minute delay. So, from all of us here at Wednesday Night Fights, Tank Talk Live, this is Hellcat.